Well, first of all, congratulations. What an amazing job you did in this one.
Thank you.
You know what, I'm just wondering now that you're an old veteran pro with the Harry Potter films and in life and your experience, is this still overwhelming? How is it feeling to still be a part of all of this?
It's still completely overwhelming, and I kind of see every film as a new film, a different film. I kind of see them really separately as well. So every time it's a new experience, new script, different actors. It's changing all the time, and it's great.
So when you sat down now to get ready for this one, for Azkaban, and you're looking at Hermione and you're going, how am I going to approach her? What was going through your mind and thinking how you were going to take her on this time?
Well, actually, one of the first things that Alfonso did when I met him was he asked us to write a kind of essay about our characters, and he said, I want you to think about why she does the things she does, what motivates her, what she's scared of, and all this kind of stuff. And I mean, I've read the books, and I've always thought about Hermione before, but I never really gone into such detail about her, and it really made me see her in a different way and in a lot of depth. And I think this third one especially, you see completely different sides to the characters. Harry, it's much more sensitive towards him. Your heart bleeds for him in some of it. I mean, you feel so bad for him. Yeah. And Hermione, you kind of get past the whole nerd, bookworm type thing, and you see a different side to her as well. So I think this film's much more personal.
You're very feisty in this film. I mean, wow, it's great to see her. The part with Draco, I mean, was that tough to do it, or was it been building up?
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I would have done it for weeks on end. I would not have minded how many takes you did of that. I had such a great time.
Yeah, but how would Emma deal with a school bully?
Oh my God. Well, I've always wanted to punch a guy. I'd love it. I think it'd be great.
It was a good release, I'm sure. Oh. Now, working with Alfonso, I mean, I thought he just did a phenomenal job on this film.
Yeah, he did.
How different was it working with someone? I mean, you worked with Chris for the last few years. I know he was still on board, but I'm sure he kind of took back.
I suppose I was very nervous about working with a new director because my first ever films, obviously the first director I've ever worked with, he basically taught me everything I know. So I was nervous about working with someone new, but also really excited to, see different styles, his techniques, his different interpretation towards Harry Potter, seeing what he'd do with it, and so it's good.
So what ended up impressing you the most?
About Alfonso?
Yeah. How did you learn? What did you learn from working with a director like that?
One of the things that is great about Alfonso is one of the things I really appreciated from him is he really trusted us, and he gave all of us a lot of freedom. And I would have done this take 6 times. I'm mad, I'm anxious, I'm like, oh, I just can't do it. Just tell me what to do, But he never would. He'd always say, it's your character. You need to, He just gave me a lot of space to think about Hermione and have fun with it. Yeah. And that was really good. Really good.
Yeah. Now, how has the relationship between you and the guys developed? I mean, now it's more like a family, I would think.
Yeah. Huh? No, it really is. They're like my brothers, basically. So we have a really good time together.
Okay. I have a double slot. I'm an open end, so I have another 4 minutes. Okay. Sorry about that. In terms of the stunt work, you really get knocked around a lot. Tell me a little bit about doing that.
Well, Hermione is, she's doing everything in this film. There's much more action in it. She is being thrown around by the Whomping Willow. She's being chased by werewolves. I mean, flying on Buckbeak. I mean, everything. Yeah. She's rock and roll.
Is it getting harder, or is it easier now working with green screen and all the stuff that you have to do?
I suppose now, third time round, it is getting a little bit easier because I kind of know what I'm doing, but it's still so hard because there's just so much to think about, and it's hard to act to a green screen.
Now, the hippogriff. I understand that they made something so that you had like a point of reference. But tell me about doing those scenes.
Well, when I was flying on it, they built a kind of model of him, and we were actually, it was like an electronic, it actually moved and everything. Wow. It was like a bucking bronco. It was great. It was good fun.
Oh, that's so cool that you really get to actually do something, because a lot of times, you know, you're faking it. And that was really fun. Now, you get to work with some phenomenal actors in this. Tell me a little bit about, I'm going to go one by one. Tell me about Gary Oldman, when you first met him.
Gary Oldman. I have to say, at first, I genuinely didn't know who he was, and that is terrible. I know it is horrendous, and people all over were going, "Oh, that's terrible!" But Dan almost took my head off when I said I didn't know him. I was like, "Okay, I'm really sorry," and he's like, "I can't believe." Anyway, but working with him, even though I didn't know who he was, he is such a great actor. He truly, he is so good, and I was so impressed. All of the Shrieking Shack stuff that we did with him I was just blown away. I almost forgot what I was saying. I was like, oh yeah, that's my line. He was so good. He was so good.
Okay, my favorite, Emma Thompson.
My favorite too. I love her to pieces. She is so great. She's so brilliant. I was so pleased to be working with her, and she did such a great job with Trelawney. She is hilarious. She's so funny. And
David Thewlis, wow, he really was fantastic.
I know. I thought he was really good, especially the scenes where he was with Harry. It's really nice, and I think he did a really good job.
Now, do you think this one, I mean, is geared a little bit older? Seeing how you guys are now growing up with your characters, you know, not so much the scary part of the film, but more the themes of it. Who would you recommend, you know, would be comfortable watching Azkaban?
I think that the first two are much more visually, they kind of make you jump, like you go, whoa, you know, spiders, whatever. In this one, it's much more of a kind of eerie, kind of scary. The Dementors give this kind of presence to everything where you kind of feel really cold, and it's a different kind of scary, but you know, it's just a different type.
Yeah. Now, if you could choose any dream co-star, you get your next script after you're done with all the Harry Potter films, you're like, okay, Emma, I'm going to dream co-star. Who would it be and why?
Oh my goodness gracious me. There's so many people I want to work with. There's so many people. I'm so lucky because I've got to work with loads of them on Harry Potter, which I'm really lucky. But Brad Pitt's, you know, it's pretty good, really, wouldn't it?
That would be a good one. So Goblet of Fire, it's just getting started.
Yes.
Can you tell us just a little bit about getting ready for that?
I started 2 weeks ago. We have a new director, Mike Neal, who did 4 Weddings and a Funeral, which is a classic film. I love that, so I'm so excited to be working with him. He's very English. He's great fun. I'm really excited because the 4th book is, again, a great book. We've got some fantastic new characters coming in. Cho Chang, Cedric Diggory, Victor Crumb. You know, I'm really excited about it. It should be great.
Well, I can't wait to see that one. Good luck with everything, and best of luck to you. And always lovely to talk to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Emma. Great. Thank you.